What's going on, beautiful people? So, I wanted to do something really special for you guys, which I've never done before. Not once in my years of posting on social media and coaching other people. So, what I wanted to do for you guys today was literally just give you access to one of the modules that my one-to-one fitness clients have. So, obviously, by the title of this video, you can tell it's going to be the module on journaling. So, my exact journaling method and, everything that I do and my clients do to journal to set themselves up to be the best versions of themselves, both physically and mentally, of course. Now, before we get into this, just want to talk to you guys about genuinely how important it is because you probably clicked on this video wanting to know more about journaling or like why you should journal, what you should even do. And of course, I'm going to outline all of that for you, but just know that, throughout my transformation, I struggled with so many things. My confidence, I couldn't be productive. I wanted to be successful in terms of like starting a business, all of these things, wanted to get in the best shape of my life. And journaling was the one thing that helped me through all of that because I could process everything that I was doing and move the needle forward to become that best version of myself. So this is the exact method I use, the exact method my clients use. And without further ado, I'm going to take you guys inside my computer and show you exactly what it is. What's up, boys, and welcome into the habits module. So in these modules, obviously we've already gone over the mindset itself, how to adapt your mindset. And now we're going to go over the individual habits that I use to continue to adapt this mindset, continue to keep my head screwed on straight, and just allow me to enhance my productivity and enhance my development each and every single day. So we're going to start off with what I believe to be the most important habit, the habit that has changed my life the most, and that is my specific journaling method. Along with that, the thing that I use to kind of tie all of this together, which is the whiteboard or the to-do list. Now, you can do that in a journal as well. We'll get to that more, but I prefer the whiteboard and I prefer the physical journal as opposed to writing on the computer. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to go about this, and we're going to get started with this. So first and foremost, we're going to go over why you should be journaling in the first place because, it might seem kind of silly to just take out a notebook and write down some bullshit about your day, right? That doesn't sound like something I would want to do a year ago when I started my development journey. So I know you probably might be a little skeptical, but it is the most important tool in this journey because what it allows you to do is it allows you to understand your situation first and foremost. It allows you to take a step back and see where exactly you are. So that way you can improve upon that and you can continue to compound your progress from where you already are. Along with that too, you can adapt your lifestyle to your goals and fix your downfalls. So improvement is going to be inevitable as you conform to this journaling method. And the method that I use specifically uses all three of those things. It helps you understand your situation. It helps you adapt your goals and it helps you fix your downfalls. And that is why I use this method specifically. It's something I've adapted over time and something that I've noticed to benefit me more than any other journaling technique that I've tried. So that is why I'm making all of you utilize the same method. As we get into this is kind of how this method was constructed. So when I was starting my personal development journey, I took a step back to understand my shortcomings, right? I understood that, I didn't have a good mindset. I was very addicted to like my phone. I was still smoking weed and I wanted everything, but it felt like I had nothing. There's no gratitude. Now, gratitude is the cornerstone for your success. You can't just, sit there and ask for all of these things to be placed in your life if you're not thankful for what you already have, if you're not thankful for what you already are. So this method allows you to do three things like we've mentioned. First, it allows you to feel thankful for your current position, which is going to improve your outlook on life. That gratitude that you build from this method is key because it allows you to not feel complacent, but feel thankful for what you have, which then you are rewarded with more things in the future because you're already thankful for your current situation. Along with that too, we focus on goals with this method. So it allows you to understand your goals and visualize the things that you want to achieve, everything that you want to be. And last, but certainly not least, it allows you to recognize your shortcomings so that your daily checklist that you're going to talk about later can reflect the things you have to improve upon. So that way you're taking a step forward and you're moving the needle forward each and every single day. There is a reason, guys, that I have this method tattooed on me. It has completely changed my life because, like I said, it allows me to feel thankful. It allows me to push towards my goals. And more importantly, it allows me to reflect on my shortcomings and improve upon them. Very simple. So the first thing I'm going to go over is how I utilize this journal to feel thankful and increase my gratitude. So with 4 things of gratitude, right? The first things you're writing down, and when you're structuring this journal, it's literally going to be 4 things of gratitude, and then the 4 goals, and then the 4 areas of improvement. So 4, 4, 4. But the first 4 lines, they're going to be 4 things of gratitude. Now, gratitude itself is the cornerstone for improvement because, like I said, as you feel thankful for your situation, you start to receive more things. But if you feel no thanks and you just feel upset and spiteful at the world for where you are, then why do you deserve to receive more?
You simply do not. So be thankful for where you are. And remember that these things should revolve solely around your present self and your abilities. Now, it could be things so small. I'll be thankful for the smallest things, but that level of gratitude, being thankful for the smallest things in your life, allows you to feel so much gratitude whenever you start to actually achieve the things that you've wanted. Every little thing in your life, every little accomplishment brings you so much gratitude, and it just makes you a happier person and a better person to be around. So, some examples of this are saying, hey, I'm thankful for my loving family. I'm thankful that I have the ability to wake up and perform my hardest at the gym today. Those little things that you typically don't think about, that's what you're writing here. You're reminding yourself what you are thankful for and what you are blessed to have. Because a lot of people fail to take into account how truly blessed you are, right? You all woke up today and you were able to watch this video. You're able to probably go to the gym. You're able to go to your job. You're able to do all of these things that some people are not capable of. So it's important to reflect on that and have gratitude towards it so that you can feel fulfilled and you can start to love your life even more. By focusing on the positives, you start to only recognize the positives. Now, this is a philosophy I started to realize on my development journey because I stopped complaining, right? One of my big goals, because I was always just like a negative person, was to stop complaining, was to stop getting mad at little shit. And whenever I started doing that, I started to only recognize the positive things in life. The more that I just think about the positives, the more that the positives come to me. And that's how this works with gratitude. The more grateful you are for the little things, the more things appear in your life that you are able to be grateful for. Now, as we get into the next 4 things, these are 4 long-term goals. Now, I'm not talking about like goals that you can achieve tomorrow or goals that you can achieve next week. I'm talking about goals that are the cornerstone of your existence here on Earth. Your daily tasks are going to be centered towards achieving these goals and moving the needle forward, but these goals should have some type of meaning behind them, and they should almost feel like out of reach. It should feel like a goal where, you don't know if you're going to achieve it. You genuinely are not sure if it's possible for you to achieve that goal because it's almost scary to think about, right? Like for me, one of my goals is like, let's say, to make $50,000 a month. Like that's scary, right? I can't even imagine that being possible, but I have to conform to that goal and move the needle forward to become that person each and every single day. As scary as it is, it's hard to set goals like that, but as you set your sights so high, it forces you to move the needle forward every day. So that's why we do this. So I like to kind of structure these goals around a few different things. So one could be status based, one could be physique based, one could be discipline based, one could be finance based. Now, for example, I will be respected for my work ethic and discipline. Again, very simple, right? Being respected for your work ethic and discipline. If you have no work ethic and you have no discipline, that might seem out of reach. But although it sounds scary, although it sounds way in the future, if you move the needle forward every day, you're guaranteed for that outcome. The same thing with I will be 160 pounds shredded and bench 315. That sounds like a crazy goal, right? But at the same time, you might be overweight right now. You might not have any type of physique that you want. But if you move the needle forward towards that every single day, which we're going to speak about more, then you're eventually going to achieve that goal. That's why this is important. So the same thing goes with, a discipline-based goal. I will show up for myself every single day, no matter how I feel. A lot of you guys aren't able to do that right now. A lot of you guys, will fail and fall into your shortcomings day after day, week after week, month after month. But eventually, if you keep trying to conform to that, this goal is going to come true. So that's why I like to say have a discipline-based goal, because whenever you hit that goal, like once you hit the discipline-based goal, what's going to happen then? Then you're going to get respected for your work ethic and discipline. And then that work ethic and discipline is going to allow you to bench 315, going to allow you to get to that shredded six-pack, going to allow you to start making more money. It all plays into each other. That's why I like to structure my goals like this. So I recommend, again, having a status-based goal, a physique-based goal, a discipline-based goal, and a finance-based goal. And there's a reason that I start this list with I will, and it's not just a list, right? Because if you just listed like make 160K a year or whatever, get a six-pack, right? That doesn't matter, right? But when you say, I will achieve this, I will do this goal, every single day you're writing these same goals down every single night before you go to bed. Therefore, it just gets so ingrained to your head. Like, dude, I could literally read my goals off from the back of my head in a split second, talking in like 3 times speed, because they're so ingrained into my head because I've repeated them so much and I've written them down so many times that that's all I can think about pushing myself towards. And now we're going to kind of get into that. Since you have those goals set, once those are written down, the next thing you're going to write, which is going to push you further towards that goal. So the next thing is 4 areas of improvement. Now, goals are great, but they don't mean shit without action. So it's just plain delusion at that point. When you want to level up, you have to recognize your shortcomings from the previous day. So these should be short-term issues, short-term things that happen today, as like say you're writing this at night, which you should be, things that happen during that same day that you fell short on. So for example, I will spend 30 less minutes on social media. I wrote that shit yesterday. I was being bad with Instagram. I will push my workout sets harder. If you feel like you half-assed your workout that day, write that down. I will not eat off my diet plan again tomorrow. Let's say, you ate off and you ate a bunch of bullshit, or you even had something small. Let's say, okay, I'm going to dial in my discipline 100% on my diet tomorrow. There, short-term goal that is going to push the needle forward towards your physique. I will complete everything on my whiteboard tomorrow without complaint. That pushes you towards having that respect and having that discipline. These things that you're doing, these areas of improvement that you're focusing on, what do, right? They bring you closer to these long-term goals. If you improve on these things every single day, and you improve on these 4 things every single day, it's all going to push you towards your goal. Less time on social media means your mindset's going to be better, means you're going to work harder towards your goals. Pushing your workout sets harder and sticking to your diet, that's going to allow you to continue to make more progress in the gym and push the needle forward towards that goal. These areas of improvements all play into your long-term goals, and the gratitude plays into you feeling better about your life and you starting to enjoy your life. So all 3 of these coincide together for the perfect balance. Now, I want to tie this all together for you guys, and that is with the whiteboard, right? So you'll notice in the specific journal, right? Now, I like to write an entry too, something to take note of. I'll literally just kind of write like a little summary of how my day went, which is something I advise you guys to do as well, because it's kind of cool to look back on. That's the main reason for that. But in regards to tying it together, we're going to utilize the whiteboard. Now, I have a whiteboard right here. You can't really see it. It's out of frame in this little circle. But the journal is only half the process, right? Because the journal outlines your goals. It outlines things you can be thankful for. It outlines the things you need to improve on. But now we have to push the needle forward. And the way we do that is with a whiteboard or a list. Now, you've developed an understanding and you've developed the gratitude. Now it's time to move that needle. So action without direction is useless. So now we know what we have to improve on. We know what we're shooting for. Now we have to map out every part of our day. And I like to keep these in chronological order to maximize your efficiency. So every single night, right after I write my journal, I think, okay, what do I have tomorrow? I have work, I have classes, I have check-in calls, I have my workout, whatever. And I'll kind of write it in the general order I'm going to do it throughout the day. And as I go throughout my day, I erase all of the things that I've completed. Now, when you erase it, it just gets it out of sight, out of mind, right? A lot of you guys, I'll see you'll have a whiteboard, like, because I've told you to do it, and you'll cross stuff off. I don't like that because it's still in your mind. You feel like this sense of accomplishment because those things are crossed off on the list. But if you erase them instead of crossing them off, then all you see on that list are the things you need to do. And therefore, you have to work towards them because what else are you going to do? And this allows you to be so much more productive throughout your days. And more importantly, finish your work earlier so that way you have more leisure time to just like relax and enjoy your night. Because remember, when you build that discipline, the goal with that discipline is freedom. So as you are continuing to build that discipline and better yourself, when you finish all of that stuff for the day, you now have earned this sense of freedom where you can relax and enjoy your life. So I encourage you guys to all implement this journaling method. If you have any questions or concerns on this, the whiteboard, how you should structure it, your entry, anything like that, reach out to me. But that is going to be it for the journaling itself. So we're going to now move into module 2.2 and continue on with the habit module. So I'll see you guys in there. Go ahead and click to the next module.
That's going to be it for this one, boys. I appreciate you guys all tuning in so much. If you want to learn more about my one-to-one coaching, there's going to be a link down below where you can book a call with me to chat one-to-one, or if you have additional questions, and just shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll answer all those for you. But I love you, boys. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you all shortly.